Hello everyone, myself Isha Bansal from Gemtech School of Law, Greater Noida. Through this video, I would like to tell you about the procedure for filing the criminal matter before the judicial magistrate, especially in case of cognizable offences. So firstly, let's understand who is magistrate. Magistrate is trained judicial officer who hears the cases in lower courts, typically deals with more minor and preliminary matters such as minor theft, criminal damage, public disorder, and motoring offences. Now, what kind of cases a magistrate deals in? First is summary offences. These are the less serious cases such as motoring offences, minor assaults, etc. These offences generally disposed of in magistrate courts and defendant is not usually entitled to trial by jury. Second is either way offences. These can be dealt by either magistrate or before the judge or jury at the superior courts. Such offences include theft, handling stolen goods. In this case, defendant can also insist for their trial at the superior courts. Besides, magistrate can also decide whether the matter is so serious that it should pass to the superior courts or not. Third is indictable only. These are offences like murder, manslaughter, rape, robbery, etc. These are required to be heard at the superior courts only. Magistrate can only decide whether to grant bail, consider other legal issues such as reporting restrictions, and then pass the case to the superior courts. Now let's start with the procedure for filing the case. The first step in the procedure is filing the FIR, First Information Report. In case you are a victim of an offense, the first step you would initiate is to approach the police and provide him all the details of the offense committed. Further, the police, on receiving all the details, prepare a written document called First Information Report. As it is the first information being recorded as written document, there is no charge for filing the FIR. Second step is investigation. In order to initiate a criminal investigation or inquiry, some following steps need to be taken. Police officer can investigate a criminal case even without the order of the magistrate on receipt of complaint, report, or knowledge of the commission of cognizable offences. Where a person is aggrieved due to inaction of the police, a criminal complaint can be filed before a magistrate for taking cognizance of such offence. Hereafter, the magistrate can begin or commence with the inquiry himself, or under 156 subclause 3, order the police to take the FIR and start investigation. No police officer shall investigate a non-cognizable offence without the order of magistrate having power to try the case or commit it for trial. The third step is preparation of charge sheet. Once the investigation has been done, charge sheet is prepared by the police after recording all their findings in it. If it is deemed that there is enough proof collected by the police, then it further goes in the court before the magistrate. Next step is submission of complaint by the complainant or the plaint by the plaintiff. It is the document submitted by the complainant against the accused. In layman's language, it is written allegations of the complainant, and it simply contains the summary of the facts of the cases he seeks to present and seeks for the remedy for the same. If you are filing a plaint, you said to be a plaintiff, and the person whom you are filing the case against is called as defendant. There are certain regulations set by the Limitations Act 1963 for filing of plaint. For instance, there is a time limit within which the plaint need to be filed, and it differs from courts to courts. The plaint, as per the Act, is required to file the case within the 90 days in the High Court and within the 30 days from the commission of the crime and matter being appealed in the court. The details required to be enshrined in the plaint are name of the court, nature of the complaint, name and current residing address of both the parties, It is necessarily important to remember that it has to be submitted in the court of the occurrence of the act. A plaint filed after an unreasonable delay cannot be entertained in the court of law. Next step is submission of Wakalatnama. It is the document submitted by the complainant authorizing an advocate to argue on his behalf. It contains the terms and conditions of his authorization and lists out the rights of the advocates. The terms and conditions enshrined in the Wakalatnama include the advocate won't be held liable for any decision taken by him, her during the course of an investigation within best interest of the client. The advocate need to be paid the requisite fees as well as the fees for the court proceedings. The advocate on his own discretion can be disengaged at any time during the proceedings, or if the client wishes to not administer the same advocate, then also advocate can disengage from the case. Next step is payment for court fee. The plaintiff or the complainant are required to pay the court fee. The nominal court fee is then paid by the complainant and typically amount to a nominal percentage of the value of a claim or the case depending upon the situation. The advocate authorized to hold on with the dealings of the case will be able to instruct about the procedures and also the court fee to be paid. Next step is commencement of court proceedings. Now the arguments are made before the court for framing it. As the proceedings begin, burden of proof lies on the defendant so that they present the evidences. Further, cross-examination of the witnesses by the counsel of accused is being done. Besides this, there is compulsory examination by the court. Now there is conclusion of evidences submitted, oral argument and submission of memorandum of argument. The last step in the procedure for filing the matter before the judicial magistrate is the judgment. Judgment of the judicial magistrate. Now the judgment of the magistrate either stands for the acquittal or the conviction. If the accused found guilty and convicted for the offense, then there is argument on quantum of punishment. If found guilty, then he gets acquittal. At last, I would like to say that all the citizens should be well versed aware of filing the case in the court. At an equivalent, they need to have aware of the procedure to be carried out during any legal proceedings. In some cases, it is best to file complaint petition before the magistrate instead of registering the FIR. Thank you. Hope you like the video and understand this topic very clearly.
Thank you for watching our video. Like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates. And also check the link in the description to read the full article.